Hi Sagittarius, Elsie here to do your reading for the last half of June. So I am here to do this for you, and I thank you for coming here to watch it. For those of you who have been here before, thank you for your continued support and watching my videos. The longer you watch them, the more beneficial it is to my channel and being seen on the main page. So if you do watch my videos, I hope you'll watch as much as you can, the most of it anyway. And thank you so much for all of your support and your kindness. If you are a person who is here for the first time, thank you for coming here, and thank you for clicking on the subscribe button if you can find it in your heart to like a video that does resonate with you. There are many videos on the channel, and they are timeless videos, and so time is fluid, it is not linear, so some of those messages may apply to you today. So feel free to go look at the backlog that I've created here. Okay, so we are here to do Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, the sign of Sagittarius. I'm Sagittarius Rising. We are going to start first with my new deck here, the Divine Energy Oracle. We're going to take 3 of these cards to start with, and this is going to be the overall energy for this read. And let me just do a little bit of shuffling here. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, Sagittarius. Sagittarius for the end of June. Last half of June. Sagittarius, last half of June. All right, let's see what Spirit can pick for us here for you, Sagittarius. Wow, okay, well, you know, that happens, right? Because that's what I do. I throw cards for a living. I'm not really a reader, I'm a thrower. Just kidding. So there's 1. We need 2 more, Spirit, please. If you could pick 2 more cards for the overall energy for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right, there's a couple here, and they're sticking out, so I'm going to take them. All right, what have we got here? First card we have here is Become a Clear Channel. So becoming a clear channel is, it can mean a few things for you, Sagittarius. If you have water in your chart, or if you are intuitive, well, I'm not going to say if you are intuitive, because I know you are intuitive. We all have the ability to listen to our guts. So becoming a clear channel is connecting to Spirit and getting your message clearly from Spirit. Become a clear channel means that you are connecting to Spirit, that you're doing your manifestations, that you're living your life in a way that that you can be blessed, and that you can be rewarded with the great energy that you push out. So pushing out good energy to the universe, it's going to bounce back to you tenfold, so it might as well be good energy that you're pushing out. This is what I believe they mean by become a clear channel. Of course, these change in meaning a little bit. Once we get into the reading and we start reading, we see how this fits into the reading, so this meaning could change. Make a plan. Nothing is ever really... Nothing is really ever decided until you write it down. So make a plan, write it down. What is it that you want to accomplish here? What is it that you want to do? Where do you start? You start at the very beginning. You start by making a business plan, or if you're planning on, say, starting your own YouTube channel, you start by writing content. You start by writing how many videos you want to put out a week. You start making a schedule. So make a plan. Depending on what it is that you are going to be doing, it might be making a plan with a person, someone you haven't seen in a while. You know, a lot of us are traveling to see friends and having friends over now that things are lifting a little bit. We're being optimistically cautious here in Canada. Our numbers are fairly low, and that's when we try to make a plan, a safe plan, to get together with our friends. Focus on success. So you have some success coming toward you, and so you will have that success find you if you do focus on it. So anything you focus on in terms of meditation and manifestation is going to come to you, but it is really up to you what you manifest and meditate about. And just remember that thoughts become things, including negative thoughts. So focus on success, and you shall always be in that focus. Okay. All right, so we are using the Light Seers Tarot for your tarot today. I'm going to do a 9-card spread, and then we are going to do some clarifications. So I've already prayed over these cards, and I've just been, over the last few minutes before I turned on the camera, I was just meditating on your energy, Sagittarius, to see what may come up for you. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I do need the help of Archangel Michael and Archangel Shemiel for understanding. And for understanding and for guidance in this reading, please. My angels and guides, if I could have you present here as well, please. Thank you. All right, let's do this. Let's cut these here. And let's go for a 9-card draw. Spirit, we do need 9 cards. If you could please be so kind as to let 9 cards fall out of this deck for us. We do need information for Sagittarius. Starting with 8 of Pentacles. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the last half of June. You guys believe we're almost in the middle of the year, right? July is the middle. There we go. And we need one more, please. One more. Oh, that won't go in, so we'll take it. There we go. All right, so the energy that we're in right now is the 7 of Swords. So 7 of Swords, feeling as though you may be deceived. Some sort of deception going on. And deception comes in a lot of different ways. So it comes in a lot of different ways. Deception could be someone not telling you something that you deserve to know. Could be someone stealing something from you. Could be someone saying things that are not true while you're not present. There's many ways that deception can be measured. At this time, I don't feel as though I feel as though there isn't anyone speaking out of turn while you're not present. I feel as though this may be someone who is not telling you how they feel, and in terms of being in love. And so this person, who this 7 of Swords is about, we don't know yet. This person, I believe, has something to say. Okay. So we can read this past, present, future, also past, present, future. I like to read all the way around, and at the beginning, I like to start at the heart of the matter. So the center of what's going on here, the heart of the matter, everything is around this 5 of Wands energy. So 5 of Wands energy can be the energy of arguments, and, you know, it's more like petty arguments, and sometimes also arguments within yourself. So, you know, when you can't make a decision about what you want to do. So should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? And you want to go forward, but something is stopping you from going forward, and you want to take action here. So we have, you know, the 5 of Wands is, of course, wands are action, passionate action, and do represent Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So at the heart of the matter is you not being able to make a decision or wavering on your decision, back and forth, back and forth. All right, let me just take a look at the rest here. Okay, so in the past, in the recent past, and that's about 6 weeks out, I think, 6 or 8 weeks out is my feeling. I feel as though you were working really hard on yourself, Sagittarius, working really hard on yourself, self-mastery. And when I say self-mastery, it is, how do you come to self-mastery? It's coming to an understanding of who you really are and who you want to portray to the world. And eventually, eventually I find it's more for someone who is in their middle age or older, that when you get to that age, you realize that there's more time behind you than in front of you, and you begin to reassess, and you begin to really focus on success. And I think also you want to become a clear channel at that point as well. So the ability to be able to connect to spirit comes through the self-mastery, when you have realizations that, yes, you are intuitive, and yes, you do feel things. You are a being of energy, and you do feel other people's energy. So this can also be about working really hard. And either way, it's connected with the next card, which is the Ace of Wands. So you are working really hard at a new connection and passion. And I feel as though in the past you have worked really hard on some sort of relationship, or some sort of union, or that you felt as though you put in more than you were getting out. But I feel at this time, the Eight of Pentacles says that you're working really hard, not only on yourself, but on a new connection that you've found that is quite passionate. And that is after the death of maybe a relationship with a Scorpio, possibly, or you have decided not to give any more energy to a connection that was in the past. So the Eight of Pentacles about working really hard on a relationship that is quite passionate, and not giving any other energy to a relationship that may have been with a Scorpio. This could definitely just be the end of, once you get into the self-mastery, this could just really be the end of who you are, who you were, and how you were in the world. When you could have found this passion, this new passion for life, and this new passion for yourself, being able to take care of yourself, eating better, feeling better, moving more, just taking care of your mental health. This could be your new passion, is taking care of you. And this could be the death of who you were. It could also, like I said the other way, though, we could be looking at you here dealing with someone who is an earth sign. So Sagittarius, that is the card of fire, right? Ace of Wands is something, being really passionate about something, and this is the card of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you could have been readying yourself for somebody who is very passionate about you, and so that's why you decided you needed the rebirth. So it is the end of who you were and the beginning of someone who is who's really working on themselves, and they feel different. They feel as though they're moving differently in the world and with other people. So then we have, in the current energy here, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is in learning mode. Most pages are, well, all pages. The Page of Swords is always learning about people, learning about communication, learning about, there's all kinds of ideas going on here. You can see at her head here, she is she's looking at the book, she's on a tightrope, she is completely thinking, and this is the card of swords, and so it's kind of all up in your head, right? So swords are communication and connection. That sign does belong to Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, and she is trying to learn something new in terms of communication, who she wants to talk to, how she wants to say it, and this Page of Swords is also someone who may be watching you on social media. So that is also, she's the investigator of the group. You can see that she's investigating right now. I say she just because there's a woman on the card, but you know that there is, we're not reading genetics here. We are reading energy. So the Five of Wands, I see you as being kind of mixed up in your head, not really making a decision about what you want to do to go forward. But as part of your self-mastery, I see here that we have the Ten of Swords. Now, Ten of Swords is, it is... again, air signs, right? So it's kind of all about communications and connections. And I feel as though this Ten of Swords, you're walking away from those people who were hard on you, who told you you couldn't do it, who told you that you're not worth it, who did not treat you as though you had worth. And you have finally gotten up in your own head and decided that they were wrong. And so you are just walking away, something coming to a painful ending, cutting people out, being new, brand new at how you think, how you are in the world, right? With the death and rebirth card. And this Seven of Swords feels now more like you want to speak to someone, that you want to speak to someone about how you feel. Could be on both sides though, just saying. Then in the future here, we have you with the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups has been coming out a lot. So is the Judgment card. Because we have so many plans in retrograde, you can go to my Facebook page, Ten of Cups Tarot. I have listed all the planets that are either going into, are in retrograde, or are coming out of retrograde. There are dates there as well. And there's an explanation of each of the planets and how they can interfere in the feelings of how you are feeling about others and your connections with others as well. So the Six of Cups, it is not only the card of a soulmate, but it is also the card of someone coming back from the past. So because Mercury is in retrograde, and it will be for quite a while, a lot of this is coming up. We're seeing a lot of people come from the past to the forefront because we need to clean up our karma going into the next half of the year. So the Cups, of course, is water sign, which is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. And I think it's really cool because you can see this little boy with his dog, and then he grows up and they're still really great pals. So it's someone coming possibly from childhood, possibly from another life, but this person could end up being your soulmate, or they could just end up being a friend or a family relative or family that's coming from the past to your present in order for you to resolve something, some sort of unfinished business. It could be that you might be dealing with the King of Pentacles. You might think that your soulmate is actually an earth sign. Could be a fire sign as well. I'm looking here and here and then here and here. So I'm looking at the Five of Wands. You being uncertain about making decisions, and it could be about this King of Pentacles here, or it could be someone who has the energy of the King of Pentacles, and that energy is someone who is very smart, someone who is very financially stable, someone who has the Midas touch. Every time they touch something, it turns to gold. So they are very trustworthy, as you can see with his companion by his side. Very trustworthy, very stable, very earth energy, and very charitable as well. So he's always looking for someone to share this pentacle with. And that could be you. This person could be someone that you know as a friend or a family friend, someone who used to be a lover as well. This person, I believe, is the one that's coming back and that you're uncertain about. It's been making you a little sad. So the Five of Pentacles, the fives in the tarot are all about lack. And this particular one is no different. This is really interesting. This depiction is very interesting to me because what I see is 3 cups poured out here. Then I see her pouring out the 4th cup, and she has 1 cup behind her. So not necessarily feeling or knowing like there is love to be found, but I feel as though she's sort of lost hope. She's lost hope that she is going to see this person. She's lost hope that this person with the King of Pentacles energy is actually going to come around. I believe that this 10 of Swords here is the person she's been thinking about. So she actually is with her foot pouring out her own emotion into this hole here. And there is only 1 full cup behind her. So I feel as though she's pouring out her emotion, and maybe she needs to pour out her emotion to the King of Pentacles, but she's feeling sad that she may never get the chance to do that. So whether you're female or male, that could be your energy, the 5 of Cups. So the 8 of Pentacles, as I go back up to the upper left-hand corner here, the 8 of Pentacles, again, working on yourself, could be a workplace romance, that you have passion for someone in the workplace. Page of Swords is, of course, learning, right? So you could be in the workplace learning about someone who you feel that you worked with, that you may currently work with or have worked with in the past, because a lot of us have not been to work since this COVID fiasco, but it could be someone that you feel that was at work and who is your soulmate, and you just want to get back to that. You have a lot of passion to give. You're still kind of undecided whether you would move forward to this person and let them know how you feel. 7 of Swords. But this person seems to be quite stable, at least from a distance anyway. I mean, you know, perceptions of people can change when you get really close. But we do have Death and Rebirth here, which tells me that your self-mastery is working, that you are, that the old you is dying. This is Major Arcana card, not something you can sidestep. So the old you is going to die, and then you will be reborn. And I think part of that being reborn is you giving up the harshness that you are to yourself in your head. So I think that you have been up in your head with these swords, thinking and overthinking things, not only things other people have said, but I think they've become part of your dialogue to yourself. So it's time for you to drop that. You need to change who you were and how you treat yourself, because we don't want you in this energy, right? We don't want you pouring out your heart to someone that that you don't have to just because you feel lonely. Yeah. So let's get some clarifications here, and we'll see what we are actually talking about here. So we have the 8 of Pentacles. Why is the 8 of Pentacles here, please? 8 of Pentacles, please. We have the 8 of Pentacles being clarified by the 4 of Swords in reverse. You may be stopped in the middle of this self-mastery or the workplace. You may be taking some time off because you're not well. Sagittarius, you seem to burn the candle at both ends. You have a lot of energy. You're always happy. You know, you're the person in the group of people making everyone laugh, making the jokes, and sometimes it can take a toll on your health, or just your mental health, you know. And the 4 of Swords in the reverse tells me that you do need to just stay down at this point. You need to reflect, learn, you need to heal. And before you can move forward to this Ace of Wands, you really do have to make sure that you are healed and that you've dropped these burdens, 10 of Wands, of the things that people have done against you. So actions they've taken against you. You really do have to drop that energy, because it's really sucking the life out of you here. And you know, when you hold. This to me is kind of like holding a grudge and needing to drop it, but you keep hurting yourself because you won't drop the grudge. You feel as though, you know, you are with some people in your life, you were, you know, walking these wands with a blindfold on, just using your intuition at all. That was the only thing that you were using. And I think it's really exhausted you. So, part of your self, mastery, I think, is to be able to give up those burdens of actions people have taken against you. No, it's not worth it to hold grudges. It's not worth it to tell the universe no. When you start telling the universe what you want, what must happen, when you start making your own rules and then command it of the universe, it's not going to work that way. What you do is you have to submit and say, good, I'm ready to drop these burdens and I'm ready for the blessings. And I'm not going to look back there at those things that people have done to me. And this may even be at work. Like, this may be something that a superior has done to you, you know, not been, you know, taken actions against you and put you in a position of having to go home and mentally heal. And it's not uncommon to have an employer who is mentally abusive, who claims not to be, of course. So the 10 of Wands is here, and I just need to know if there's any more information about the 8 of Pentacles, please. Eight of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands. So once you're able to drop those burdens here, I believe you have a new start in passion, right? That's this right here, the new start in passion. The Queen of Swords is in the reverse. And when the Queen of Swords is in the reverse, she is not easy to deal with. She is upset, she's saying things, she's ready to cut people out, and she is being incredibly honest, does not really care who she hurts. So this could be an employer, right? An employer, you're passionate about your work, but you had to drop the the grudges, and it was making you sick. So if this is about a job, if that's what it is, then bravo to you for getting out of it, because it's time for you to heal. Nonetheless, let's go on to the Ace of Wands. Now, if we are talking about a relationship, I feel as though you really do have to drop the burdens from the last relationship and heal before you can move forward, because you are at risk of just being blatantly honest with someone who may be passionate about you, and you could hurt their feelings. You could be so honest that they just don't want to be around that, right? Some people just can't handle the truth, and that's the truth of it. So why is the Ace of Wands here, please? Why do we have the Ace of Wands? Ace of Wands, please. Nope. We cannot do that. Okay, so we have a couple have come out in the reverse here. The Ace of Wands tells me that you are... that you do want this person, this unfinished business, that you want to clear up the unfinished business, and that you are a bit worried that this person that's coming may be a love interest. And when they do come, that you are not going to assume that they are your soulmate. You're going to assume that they are coming to you as a friend, which I think is really smart. So assume that they're coming to you as a friend. If they come from the past and they're coming forward, I think you're going to allow them to heal themselves and heal you. If the last words you had with each other were harsh and passionate, that you will allow that person to come forward and apologize. We have the Seven of Wands in the reverse, which tells me that you're kind of open to that now. You're not feeling really all that defensive. You are always going to take the higher ground, but you are not feeling defensive at all about a meeting, if that's what we have to do here in order to fix things. So why is the Death and Rebirth card here? Death of the Hierophant. So that tells me that you have perhaps a marriage that ended. Yeah, death to the Hierophant. You could have been seeing someone who was a psychologist or a psychiatrist and had ended that because you are having this rebirth, that you feel as though you've had enough learning under your belt in order to be able to move forward in your life now. So if that's the case, congratulations. But for the most part here, I do believe that it is a marriage that is broken that we're dealing with here. The Death to the Hierophant. So what else do we have for the Death and Rebirth card, please? Death and Rebirth. Death and Rebirth card, please. Death and Rebirth card, please. Not too many. Death and Rebirth, please. Oh, we've got one sticking out here. And it is the Devil. So we have, wow. Yeah, it looks like you were, Sagittarius, you were connected to somebody who you felt that you couldn't get away from. And it was a marriage union, and you've decided to put the death to that because of this person that you met at work, and this person allowed you to speak your truth. If we're talking about something that's romantic, just remember that it is a general reading, so it can go either way, but it can be a reading about work and can be a reading about love. So I think you're really passionate about another person that you had met at work, and so you realize, because you don't have the same passion for your significant other as you had for the person at work, that you realize that your marriage was over. So I think that though you felt a little bit like a ball and chain had been around your ankle, like you had been so attached to this devil energy that you couldn't get away. Now, the devil energy can also represent an addiction of some sort. You may have felt you were addicted to the person that you were with. Maybe it was a codependent relationship where you felt like you couldn't move on without them, but then you got your strength and you decided that it was time for you to move forward. Why is the Page of Swords here, please? Page of Swords. Right. Page of Swords is here because of the Ten of Swords, which is in the reverse. So you have gone through some healing with the things that people have said and done to you. You have gone through some healing, and it is time for you to release this pain and agony that you went through. You know, releasing of the Ten of Swords, you've now released it, and now you can begin to heal. You can begin to learn again. And this is exactly what you've been asking of Spirit. Four of Pentacles tells me that you are intuitive and that you saw this coming. You saw this breakup of the marriage, and you knew that you were going to have to plan your way out, which tells me that this person who has their eyes covered here, but they still know that the flowers are there. I feel as though you didn't want to see it coming, but you could sort of feel in the future that things were going to be better. Yeah, and then you closed a chapter. So you closed a chapter, which allowed you to begin learning again, and then you decided that, you know, you're not done with love, that you do have Two of Cups here, and then you went on your way, on your journey. After you closed the old chapter, you went on your journey to yourself, and it is quite possible that you met someone and fell in love. We do have the Five of Wands here, which is which tells me that you, and it's clarified by the Temperance in reverse, which tells me that you still have more healing to do. You're not very balanced. You still have more healing, and you know, the Four of Wands in reverse tells me that you're just not quite ready for a relationship that is stable, that I think it's still time to work on you, that it's just not, you know, the Four of Wands in the reverse is still love. It's still wanting to be with someone, but not exactly feeling ready to do that. And kind of faking it till you make it, if that makes sense, you know, that maybe you're dating, but you're not really getting into a relationship of any kind. It could be because you're waiting for this person with the Six of Cups to come back. Let's see what else we have here. The Wands. Four of Wands, please. Or, sorry, Five of Wands. Five of Wands. Yeah, you're unsure about some sort of relationship that you may start. Five of Wands here is the King of Pentacles. You're really looking for something that was different than what you had before, something that's stable. You want to be able to put money in the bank. You want to save money. Something that is... you're working on, you know, building your own business, being in charge, you know, trying to build your own empire, so to speak. And you are someone who is also looking for a partner, but you want to be stable, and you want to be stable financially, so you never have to have that codependent relationship again. So you never have to depend on anyone else to get you the things that you need. So bravo to you. The Ten of Swords, you about deciding to give up your burdens and the things people have said about you. You did voice that, and then you became single. So the Nine of Cups here, well, sorry, not single. The Nine of Cups is your hopes, wishes, and dreams. So your dreams coming true, that you're going to drop your burdens and then go straight into the Nine of Cups. And you are looking for your happiness. Once you know what, I think the happiness is already within you. So your dream come true is that you were able to heal, that you were able to, that you have the optimism to know that there is still love out there for you, love that is soulmate love, that you've become very stable, and that you have knowledge that by dropping grudges and dropping the memories of things that people have said to you, communications and connections that have been unkind, that you can drop that all. And I believe that is what your dream come true is, to have a quiet mind, because you did have a very noisy mind, one that wouldn't allow you to sleep. This is another 9, one that wouldn't allow you to sleep, and that you were really worried about things. And you put your head on the pillow, and all of a sudden you have all of a sudden your brain starts asking you silly questions to keep you awake. King of Wands is here to say you took charge of that, and you decided that that's not the way you want to live anymore, because that's the old you, Sagittarius. It's the old you who used to be hard on themselves because you couldn't get it right. I think you were just believing the words of others, but I think now that you're grounded and you've been doing all this self-mastery, that you are ready to take control of that and no longer have to feel that way. In fact, the Ace of Swords here tells me that you instead went back to them, got the clarity, and decided whether or not you wanted to cut them out. So you went into them kindly and said, I have this memory of you saying this, this, and this, and it really hurt my feelings. Is that how you really feel? And if the answer is no, then you keep that person. If the answer is yes, then, you cut them out and you carry on. But I think you're starting to edit who you are allowing in your life and what you're allowing in your life. Okay, so now down here we have the 6 of Cups in the upright. Why is that here, please? 6 of Cups in the upright. 6 of Cups in the upright tells me that there is some sort of an offer coming your way. So the Knight of Pentacles, of course, slowest moving in the deck. However, in this deck, he's riding a dragon. So I think this could be coming around quicker than you think. And I think because you are removing energetic blocks and being prepared for love, I think that you may accept this when it comes to you. 6 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, please. Is there any more clarity you can give us on the 6 of Cups? 6 of Cups, who are we looking at? What is their sign? 6 of Cups is the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is fast-moving info. So yeah, this Knight of Pentacles is moving quicker than usual. I asked who that is about. Again, I got the Wands. So I got Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. So that's somebody who is the same sign as you. Or it could just be about passionate messages that are going back and forth once you two do get a hold of each other. Why is the King of Pentacles here, please? King of Pentacles is here because of the Wheel of Fortune. So this King of Pentacles energy is energy that is going to help push you forward. So this may be someone who helps you with a business, someone who helps you make decisions. This could be someone who brings you gifts or shows you your gifts. And what I mean by gifts is spiritually, they can maybe help show you those gifts. Most of the earth signs that I do know, and of course we all have intuition, but most of the earth signs that I know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, are very intuitive, and some of them scarily intuitive. So I feel like this person is going to teach you how to push things forward if it is a relationship or a business that you're looking for. The King of Pentacles. Do we have any more information about the King of Pentacles, please? King of Pentacles clarified by the 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, you're not necessarily feeling bad for being left out in the cold. You're kind of glad because this gives you a new base and a new start. The 5 of Pentacles in this deck is all about being left out but look how happy she is. She's very happy, very calm. She's in the rain. She's enjoying it. She's enjoying the rain on her face, enjoying her time alone with no one else there. So I don't think that you hate being single. I don't think that you are mad at the fact that you're no longer in a relationship. Anything else about the King, please? King of Pentacles? No. Okay. Let's look at the 5 of Cups, please. Anything else for the 5 of Cups? All right. So the 5 of Cups is here because of the 10 of Cups. So you felt as though this marriage that you had potential to be a Ten of Cups relationship, but unfortunately it didn't end up working out that way. So this could also mean that the person that is coming back, you may have had a Ten of Pentacles relationship with them, but then it just didn't work out and you ended up pouring out the rest of the emotion. The High Priestess is here to say there may have been secrets in the background, things you didn't know, things that you couldn't see, and that made you nervous. And because that person wouldn't tell you what the deception was, that you have decided that you could not go forward with this relationship. And then you went into hermit mode. And after hermit mode, we have you juggling. So then you weren't really sure what to do after this. So now you're single, it's been a while, and you're not exactly sure what to do with this. The Ten of Cups is in reverse. You're not ready to be anybody's everything. And that causes a Tower moment. So you are alone and enjoying being alone, but perhaps lonely. And although you thought that you were on the right track for your Ten of Cups, it looks like that is actually not happening because of this Tower moment. But we all know that Tower moments have their purpose, right? They fall for a reason, and who's there to help you clean the rubble? The people that love you. So there is, when you put something on the back burner, like the Five of Cups, and you don't pay attention to it, and your mental health is suffering, and your physical health is suffering, the Tower will come through, universe will come through and say, look, it's time for the Tower to fall. You have to start brand new. And you might be just starting brand new in love with the King of Cups. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer energy. So let me just see what else we have here for advice. Is there any more advice, please, for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Got one here. Be true to yourself. So whatever you do, it's always you first, right? Unless you have children, you're always going to put yourself first, no matter who you're in a relationship with. Please be very decisive about the decisions that you make and who they're good for. Please include whoever you love in your decision making, but be really decisive. Know what you want, and don't put up with anything else. You don't have to. And we have engage higher reason. This is engaging with your higher brain, the one that makes all the decisions. And this is also engaging with your higher self. So you are intuitive. It's time to get in touch with your gut and find out exactly what you need to do in order to move forward with this, with the Wheel of Fortune. Embrace your power. You do have a power now that you will be finding out about, Sagittarius. You may already know a little bit about that, but I don't think you understand the totality of your power. And I think that is about to come. You'll figure it out. You will. And as you begin to get stronger and stronger, when you make decisions and you're cutting people away from your life, I think you're going to understand that you've been this powerful all along, that you didn't really have to take the back seat to anyone. It's not only about being right. In all tests of character, when two viewpoints are pitted against each other, the final analysis, the thing that will strike you the most is not who was right or wrong, strong or weak, wise or foolish, but who went the greater length in considering the other's perspective. Don't you agree? So you can live and agree to disagree. So you don't necessarily have to start cutting people out one by one. You really have to decide who's giving you the best energy for your life, because it's not about being right. And when it's a right fight, nobody wins. Everybody's wrong in a right fight, and all it causes is bad blood between you. So focus on your success. Make sure that you make a plan about who you want to see and who you don't want in your life anymore, and then become a clear channel. If for no one, do it for yourself. All right, that's all I have for you, Sagittarius. I am thanking you for all of the love and kindness that you bring to my channel, and all the high vibing comments that you leave me. If you look down below, you'll see my information. If you do need a private reading, you can go to either my website or just email me and I'll give you my process. Also, if you're interested in giving yourself these gel manicures and having an 8 to 10 day, if you're interested in wearing this for 8 to 10 days, you can go to my website. The The website is also down in the description. You may want this as a side gig, and if you don't, just go there and take a look at the products. They're wonderful, and they're actually really reasonably priced. All right, I'm going to go. Thanks, Sagittarius. Bye-bye.